Controversy has plagued Todd Standing since the release of his latest documentary discovering Bigfoot, from accusations of deliberately silencing critics to profiteering to lawsuits based on spurious claims. On this week's Restricted Access, we'll take a look at the evidence behind the accusations and try to give you a better idea of whether Todd Standing is simply a misunderstood Sasquatch enthusiast or a deliberate conman. Almost immediately after the release of Discovering Bigfoot in 2017, researchers began to examine the footage, trying to judge the veracity of Standing's evidence, and in the case of several online shows, that examination led to conflict. Lord and Arts, Matt Squatch Presents, and our very own Restricted Access all received copyright claims filed against them through YouTube, submitted by Reality Entertainment, the production company behind the documentary. Restricted Access producer Mark Von Drosch received a message ostensibly from Reality Entertainment but signed with Todd Standing's initials prior to the video being removed. The message was apologetic in tone and asked that the video be removed due to the presence of an image from the documentary that shows a dark face partially concealed behind branches and underbrush, citing the fact that this will present legal issues beyond Standing's control if it remains. The video was then removed by YouTube without warning. Critics of the removal of this and the other channel's videos question why exactly Standing would be messaging the channels in the name of Reality Entertainment if he is not in a position to influence the policy decisions over potential copyright issues. Furthermore, many feel that the image fell under fair use as it applies to the media. Fair use is commonly defined as any use of copyrighted material without permission for limited or transformative purposes, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. In this case, fair use as a tool of commentary or criticism would seem to apply. YouTube does claim to adhere to the standards of fair use, but offers only limited protection to its content creators under its fair use policy. Of note in YouTube's policy is the nature of the copyrighted work, wherein using material from primarily factual works is more likely to be fair than using purely fictional works. This has left those feeling attacked by the removal of their videos wondering if perhaps Standing and Reality Entertainment are claiming that Discovering Bigfoot is a work of fiction, and not in fact a documentary with any actual evidence of unusual hominids. Criticism of Standing continued when it was discovered that he offered expeditions in search of Sasquatch to undisclosed locations for a goodly fee. The exclusive excursions are listed on Standing's website, sylvanic.com, for $4,800, and according to the listing, only allow Standing and up to 3 participants to travel to a secret research site where it is promised that you will be shown a Sasquatch. Naturally, this has those critical of Standing's research wondering if his work to remove the aforementioned videos might be an effort to preserve his business, since if his evidence is hoaxed, he likely wouldn't want anyone taking too close a look at it. Critics also used 2 identical lawsuits supported by Standing in British Columbia and California as examples of the filmmaker trying to gain publicity to drive profits. The lawsuits allege that Bigfoot is a real species that deserves protection, that denial of the creature's existence has impacted the research and livelihood of those who study it, and that a failure to acknowledge the species has created a serious public safety risk. Naturally, it is the second claim that has critics skeptical of Standing's motivations. In a video to announce the California suit filed on his behalf by Bigfoot witness Claudia Ackley, Standing claimed that he had captured further evidence in the Sunshine State that he will use as proof in his lawsuits, but that the evidence will be withheld until the release of a sequel to Discovering Bigfoot, a move that many see as purely profit-driven. The latest release to question Standing's ethics comes in the form of an article being circulated on social media. The article was shared in the form of a link to Google Drive, under which it is owned by Rocky's Sasquatch, but was uploaded and edited by Tyler Huggins. Huggins is a Bigfoot researcher who in the past has written extensively on Todd Standing and his claims have captured cryptozoological evidence. The author of the article claimed to have interviewed people directly involved in Standing's film efforts and said that those interviewed were reportedly shocked that the public believed that any of his claims were real. According to the article, the actors who worked with Standing understood that he was making a deliberate mockumentary to impress people in the movie industry, but that they had signed non-disclosure agreements preventing them from coming forward publicly after they became aware that he had presented his fiction as fact. However, so far Huggins has not released any statement regarding the claims, and no independent verification of their stories has yet been made, meaning that for now any opinion of their tale would be mere conjecture. Regardless, the controversy surrounding Standing's work remains, and many consider it simply a matter of time before the smoke of questionable behaviour and scarce evidence is followed back to the fire of a hoax. Restricted Access will be following this story to its end either way, be that as the discovery of a hoax or eventual redemption for Todd Standing. If you enjoy our videos, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Your support will help the channel grow and bring bigger and better paranormal content. You also get exclusive access to our Discord channel, where you can chat with members of the Restricted Access team, as well as other like-minded paranormal enthusiasts. The link is in the description below. And finally, a thank you to James Sagstetter, our first top-tier supporter. Thanks for supporting Restricted Access, you're an actual hero.